Good morning, everybody. Just actually finished up the prayer call with you, so it's Saturday morning. I just wanted to make this video before I head out for my workout, but I want to talk about time today, and pretty straightforward, all right. But I think it's a perspective that we often lose. We are in this, we always think about the quick fix, and when we have this kind of contrast or this idea that the quick fix is something that's available, then we will often it can make us frustrated. It can steal our hope. I remember one time I was giving a talk to a group of retired pastors, and this is back in the Midwest. And this pastor came up to me afterwards and he said, "Yeah, but people just want the quick fix." And I said, "Well, I know what you're saying, but I think that it's not a fix, right? Like if I told you that I could plant this corn seed of corn and it would make you could harvest it in a week, you wouldn't want to probably eat that corn. It sounds nice maybe, but you'd say, but it's not, there's something wrong with that, right? So when it comes to our health, when it comes to like, there's something we innately know that it's impossible for me to take this pill and that changes my blood pressure and then now I'm healthy, right? We really have been bamboozled to think about it that way. I really, I don't know. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to best communicate ideas to people about health, but oftentimes people have been so confused and they're in so much fear. And even in the time principle, it takes time to unfortunately unravel some of that. One thing that's interesting is raising my kids and a different type of understanding about pills and drugs and healthcare. They don't think about pills as good at all. They don't think about them as something that they want, something that they're just not part of their life. So they don't, it sometimes it catches them when maybe a friend of theirs is like, oh, I should take this, or maybe they're at somebody's house and they have the sniffles and they're like, oh, you should take this, or something like that, right? And so the process of time is something that's very much not appreciated in many ways when it comes to healthcare. We don't like the process of time. In chiropractic, we have 33 principles, and one of those is that all processes take time. Whether it's healing your bone, whether it's losing weight, whether it's recovering from a stress event, a trauma, right? These things can take time. Often do take time, and I would say in many ways they should take time. It's one of the things that there is, there's components of it that play roles that we don't even understand, right? It's like as we've learned more about the body over the years, nobody would have ever imagined that we've got, just a gut full of bacteria, right? That we live in symbiosis with. Nobody would ever have believed, it's not that long ago where they didn't really even understand the interactions between all the organs, and we still don't even, we think we understand it because it makes us sound smart, but we honestly have no idea. We just really don't. And I'm totally okay with that. Some people, they just can't handle saying that. We don't need to understand all the workings of the human body to take care of it. Thank God. God didn't require that. He didn't require that. He won't require it. Just steward it, move it, feed it pretty well, stay connected to the guy that made it, and you'll be fine. You'll be as fine as you're gonna be, okay? Because as we've discussed before, at the end of the day, we're all gonna be going home, okay? So, but when I do want to talk about time, because what happens is, as it relates to things like a challenge, okay, is hey, I've been getting up early. Hey, I've been eating better. I've been drinking water, but and I love the feedback I'm getting. I would say most of you are sending me, well, really all of you. I can't think of anybody that's not. Is sending me, hey, I'm doing great. I'm feeling better. I'm finally able to lose some weight. I'm sleeping better. I have more energy. Okay, those things are what many of you are telling me, and you're having some real good questions about, hey, what about this and what about this? I had a patient that was grocery shopping the other day, and so she was sending me some stuff in the middle of her shopping trip, right? Which is awesome. And so, no matter what that is, okay. And I think about it, those of us that are parents, maybe when we're raising kids, it's like this process, right, of them growing up. okay? You would maybe want them to have more maturity at a certain age than they do, right? You want them to have wisdom about certain things, but they're 10, they're 7, they're 11, right? And sometimes even, they take steps backwards, right? We make mistakes. And so if you're on this journey of your health, again, because we've been presented with this illusion that, well, maybe I'll just take Ozempic. I'm sorry to laugh at that. It's the craziest thing to me in the world. It's like I don't even know what to say. It'd be like if somebody showed up in your house in a really bad like costume of a celebrity, maybe or I don't even know what to say, and they were doing an impression of Donald Trump or gosh, I don't even know, right? And maybe your little kids again, they dress up in a Abraham Lincoln outfit. My son used to have this little Abraham Lincoln outfit, but I was not confused that at all that he was not Abraham Lincoln. Okay, medicine and the medical approach has dressed up this really bad, costume that they're healthcare, and it's amazing to me that people fall for it. It really is. If that offends you, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I want it to. I want it actually to offend you in some regard. I want you to finally realize it is not what you think. It's a costume designed to make you think it's healthcare, but it's not healthcare. It's not doing what you think. So when somebody says, here's a pill called Ozempic that will make you lose weight and make you healthy, you will know that it is a lie. It's a counterfeit. It's not. It's an impersonation of health. It's not health, my friends. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Okay? So when it comes to healing your body, when it comes to, I had a conversation yesterday with a patient who's from the podcast, and they've been going through some really tough times with their health, with their husband, and so I was just doing a consult with them, and just a lot of it was just the lies that they've been told over the years, right? And they're finally waking up to that they've been lied to. Okay, so when it comes to time, if we understand that it takes time and we're not falling for the TV ad that says I took Ozempic and I lost 30 pounds. Now I understand, right? You see your neighbor across the street, that's been overweight forever, and then all of a sudden they start losing weight, and you go, what's going on? And they say, well, I'm taking this Ozempic and I feel great, I feel better. Listen, I see how we can fall for things. That's why I'm doing this challenge. That's why I've dedicated my last 20 years to communicating this message, is so you don't get duped, so you don't fall for it, so you don't end up in a place you never wanted to because you were misled. Okay, you were lied to. You thought it was something that it wasn't. You thought that when you took the cholesterol pill that was going to help you be healthier, except it didn't do that. It can't do that. It won't do that. It's not designed to do that. It's impossible to do that, even though the commercial told you so, even though the doctor told you, even though fill in the blank. Okay, there are, pills do not replace lifestyle. Okay, ever. There's nobody that has a deficiency in a drug in their body. Okay, so that being said, we almost have to remove time from I say that's a weird way to say that. But we certainly have to take away that as our focus, right? Like we put these artificial time constraints, right? Like I talked about earlier this week, right? We want to wake up and weigh less every morning when we're trying to lose weight. I remember, again, in my career as a boxer, I was on a scale every day of my life for 10 years, right? I thought about my weight constantly because I had fights and tournaments and I had to be in a certain weight class or I couldn't compete. I thought about it many days I didn't eat, and the old days of working out, and we used to work out in garbage bags because we couldn't afford sauna suits and did all sorts of crazy stuff. I remember some of my friends, I never did this, thank goodness, but some of my friends would, they'd take X-Lax and laxatives to lose weight, or they would, just different things. All right. And so, those are not health. Okay. So as you're journeying on this thing, understand that the time that it's going to take you to get where you want to get is what it's going to be. For some of you, you might be, really, really making great, quick progress. This one couple I was talking to yesterday, they were telling me their journey, and they've made tremendous progress. Okay, like healed a bunch, and a bunch of things have gone. A bunch of digestive issues are gone. But now he just kind of wants to be all the way there, right? And I'm like, man, you're on the right track. Like, it just may take more time, okay? It just might take more time. Now, we don't like that answer. We're a fast-paced, right? Um, we don't like when our phone doesn't work. For some reason, I have a dead spot in my driveway on my on my phone. So sometimes when I'm leaving in the morning, I'm getting ready and I'm checking things in my car. It's funny how irritated you can get when, for 6 seconds it doesn't load the way you want it to load. And so try to, just winding down here, try to just kind of like lower your expectations of time. All right, time is really just like an extrapolation. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. People ask me oftentimes at the office, how long is it gonna take me to heal? How long is it gonna take me for my back pain to go away? How long is it gonna take me for my vertigo to go away, for my headaches to go away, for my thyroid to heal, for my arthritis to improve, for my carpal tunnel to go away, for, fill in the blank. And I tell them every time, that is between you and God. I cannot answer that question for you, okay? I've had a few times where I've felt that the Lord has given me something to tell them, to encourage them, but it's quite rare, okay? I've had a few instances where I've really felt the Lord tell me that, to let them know that He's gonna heal them, but that's not often that I feel that where I can speak that to somebody. So outside of those handful of times where I've really felt compelled to say that, most of the time I simply remind them, God is the one in charge of that timeline. He's the one that made time. Okay, our job, Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom, and all else will be added. We seek the kingdom. He is going to decide how, when, who. He is going to heal us, restore us, all of those things, okay? Now, I'm not discounting the actions that we take in our life, but I'm also need you to understand, don't play God. Don't try to put your demands upon Him. Don't try to make your own timeline, and if it doesn't come into your timeline, then you're mad at Him, or it's not fair, or no. Steward your body well. All right, and then the results are what the results are going to be. The scale is what the scale is going to be. Your symptoms are what your symptoms are going to be, and that's how this thing works. Okay, and so I hope that helps. I know on these videos that I'm making, I've never really done it like this. This is just, again, more intimate. I'm just sharing with you, hopefully, like you're sitting right there with me, and I'm trying to sum up, at least from a healing perspective, my experience on this, and that it can be encouraging to you, and that it can give you a deeper perspective, right? We could get on here and I could give you health tips and hacks all day long. I could turn around. Let's see here. I'll turn it around. I don't even know if I can do that. I was going to try to turn it around. We could, I got all these books, I got my bookshelf over here. I've got, lots of them are health books. That's what I do. But I don't think that would be the most valuable thing for you, because it wouldn't last. Okay. What I'm trying to do, hopefully for you, is give you timeless wisdom. Okay. Wisdom might be a stretch, but timeless concepts that you can bank on. Okay. This 28-day challenge isn't that you're going to have all your health in 28 days. That's not what it was designed to do. It's to give you the perspective that you can take with you regarding health and healing, God's laws of health and healing, and you can trust them, okay? And that's what we're going to do. That's how this works, okay? And I consider it an honor that you will watch these videos and find it valuable. So have a great Saturday. Give yourself some grace. Remember the principle of time, God's time. God's time. God's time relates to your health as well. He's God. He's the boss. Okay. He's not at our whim. He doesn't have to put up our demands. He's no respecter of people. He will do it however he wants, whenever he wants, whoever he wants. And it's not for us to question him, quite frankly. It's our job to honor him, to serve him, to give him the glory. So if you find yourself being a complainer, if you find yourself thinking, this isn't fair, and I've tried this, and this didn't work, and blah, 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 just saying, it's probably the wrong conversations to be having with the Lord, all right? There's a different way to talk to him about this, right? And we should be thinking about that. So have an awesome day. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. God bless.